When Kytra Hunter stepped onto the floor, the arena didn't just watch, they held their breath. From her very first meet, it was clear, Kytra was different. Power, grace, precision, she had it all, and she brought it every single time. A former U.S. national team member and Olympic hopeful, Kytra chose to chase greatness in Gainesville, and what a choice it was. Hunter was the first UF gymnast to win an NCAA all-around national title. Hunter's stunning performance as a rookie earned her the Honda Award as the nation's top gymnast, the first Gator to claim the honor since Ann Woods 30 years earlier. Of course, Hunter and her teammates were warming up. Hunter was a key cornerstone for a UF program that won 3 consecutive national titles from 2013 to 2015.
The Gators from the University of Florida.
Hunter racked up 25 All-American honors and was a 4-year All-Southeastern Conference performer during her distinguished career.
Tonight was mind over matter, and I just kept telling myself, that nothing hurts, my body's fine, and I definitely think that helped me through my floor and beam routine. But, after my beam routine, I was like, holy cow, I'm hurting, and so, I'm just ready to be able to relax a little bit.
Hunter was often at her best in the biggest meets, and perfect at times, recording 6 10s in her career. She concluded her senior season with a storybook ending, winning the Honda Award for the second time in 4 years as the nation's top gymnast, and helped turn Florida Gymnastics into a national dynasty. Tonight, we honor the flips, the finesse, the fire, and the legacy of one of the greatest to ever do it in orange and blue.
So you're sitting next to Lauren over there, and you're probably listening, is all right, yeah, she was hitting homers and pitching. That's 2 things, but I was really damn good at 4 things. So I double what she does. That's crazy just to think about, you win the all-around as a freshman and NCAA title, all these other things. What was that like, just being able to come in here and make that type of impact?
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. I just remember just going through the recruiting process. I knew that college gymnastics was something that I definitely wanted to compete at. So I started my recruiting trips in 7th grade. And something that was just really special to me is knowing that, Gator sports and how competitive it is. And Lauren definitely pushed me a ton. We came in Summer B together, and she's just an incredible athlete. And it just goes to show you just the platform that, Gators have here, and we're always just competing to excel. So super incredible with the accomplishment.
And I think that's what maybe people don't realize, because how good each and every athlete is at all these other sports. So you're able to hang out with them, be in class with them, talk to them, and probably learn some things from too, right?
Absolutely. I absolutely love just my time here and just the networking. I felt like everyone here was just a helping hand, and anything that I may need just pushed me to be better. And that's something that I definitely learned, just being an athlete. Is no day is your best, but what can you do to always continue to get better and just push others around you? So I'm just definitely grateful and having the opportunity to compete here at UF.
And another athlete from up there in the Northeast that we dragged down here to Gainesville. So what was that like? What was the recruiting trip like, and hanging out with Rhonda and getting her to come here?
Yeah, super cool. I had former teammates that I competed with in club, which was super cool. Corey Hartung, who was inducted in the Hall of Fame, and just being able to follow after her footsteps. And I remember sitting in Jeremy Foley's office, and we just had a conversation, and I literally looked at him and said, if I am a Gator, we will win a national championship. And so I made sure that I just kept myself accountable, and I kept my teammates accountable, and we won 3 out of the 4 years that I was here, which is super cool. So not only that, but I just have the pleasure of also having 2 girls at my table who came from my club gym, who are now competing for the Gators, and just super excited for them to continue, with that accomplishment. And
so you mentioned being recruited in 7th grade, which is hard to fathom. I don't think anybody even knew what they were doing in 7th grade. Do you remember your first perfect 10? What age it was?
Yeah, so I believe I was a junior here competing for the Gators, and I believe I had 6 9.975s before that, so I continued to just watch video. I'm also, too, the type of person at practice, coaches literally had to tell me to shut it down because I would just keep going, because I knew that was just a goal of mine. But also, too, just knowing that it was an honor, and the more that I continued to just push myself, my teammates would follow, and I think that definitely helped us win a national championship as well.
Like, did you freak out, like when you finally saw the 10s on there spinning around?
A little bit, but also too, I think this is something that I still struggle with, and I always feel like there's more to give.
Yeah.
And so once I got that 10, I knew that I wanted to be more consistent. So I was able to translate that not only on vault multiple times, but also on floor as well.
Charlotte mentioned earlier how 6 o'clock runs on the golf course and all these crazy things. But I don't think people realize what a gymnast's daily routine is. So just explain that to everybody, because I think it's way harder than anything I've ever heard of.
Absolutely. Well, I will say just the scale of gymnastics has changed a lot. The girls are now allowed to compete in college as well as for Team USA. We do have, I believe, 4 out of the 5 Gators that are on that world's team competing in Indonesia, which is super exciting. So just to go to show you guys just the incredible athletes that not only are here competing for the University of Florida, but also too on the Gator gymnastics team. So for me, coming into college, I trained about 38 hours a week. We did 2-a-days. I also went to school in between that. And then I was also vying for a spot on the USA team as well. So that definitely helped me in regard to my experience and also to just being able to compete at the highest level.
And gymnastics has taken you all over the world. So you've probably had some really cool meals, seen some really cool places. Like, is there a favorite?
Yeah, I absolutely love Japan. If you guys haven't been, definitely recommend going. Just an incredible experience. I also too got to compete for the USA team and was able to just accomplish many great things. So, yeah.
Pouncey's going to get up here in a little bit, and he's going to say, I was here during the best time. A couple national titles, basketball's winning, doing all these other things. But you mentioned like 3 national titles, and all these other sports were so good, and softball's winning and doing all these other things. Like, that might have been the greatest time of all the sports here at Florida. So what was it like being a student athlete at that time?
It was really, really cool. Also too, just during my recruiting process, yes, Pouncey was on the team, and I remember just watching him, and also too being able to just make that promise to Jeremy Foley that if I committed to the University of Florida, I was going to win a national championship. So I used to watch your games all the time just to get me in that mentality of what hard work was, but also just knowing that just the support that you guys had here, and I thought that it was incredible. So I definitely wanted to follow after just their footsteps and just continue to create a legacy, not only for gymnastics, but for the University of Florida.
On your video, you got to find out that you made it from some, the Hills Gymnastics and the mentoring and just being around. Like, do you love that? Like, just getting to tutor younger girls and kind of follow in your footsteps?
Absolutely. Definitely this award, and just being able to know that I won this award from 2 incredible ladies. It was definitely speechless for myself. I've known them since the age of 5 and 6, which is super cool, and just being able to just follow their journey. They're probably 2 of the most outspoken girls to me. I'm just wanting to know what can they do, not only just to be a better leader, but also to just a better athlete. So it's really heartwarming.
Do you have a favorite event out of the 4?
Yes, I would say I like 3 out of the 4 events, vault, floor, and beam. I began to love bars when I came here to the University of Florida, but I think that also too just helped me be able to win just so many awards here.
And what was it like when the O-Dome is rocking? Because gymnastics is awesome in there, and you're doing the floor, and you get to the point where you've got to do the Gator chomp, and then everybody just does it.
It's an incredible feeling. Every time that I did that Gator chomp in the O-Dome, my heart just sank. Just because you just see how many people are behind you, and then also too just everyone smiling, cheering you on. It goes a long way. So
certainly does. Happy. I'm sure you had some people come a long way to be with you tonight. So let everybody know who's here.
Yeah, I am here with my parents, also to my brother Anya and Kayla, who are Gator gymnasts here. Jeremy Foley, who is an assistant coach. Allison, who honestly has done so much for just Gator athletes and helping us just build our career. So thank you for being here. And then my fiance, Brian.
Sweet. Well, now you all get to call her a Hall of Famer. So congratulations. Awesome stuff.
Thank you.